It's lockdown day and we're using potatoes. By the time we're done, if you don't have any, you'll be running out to the store that you don't want to go to get some to make these things. We're starting with Monte Carlo potatoes. You know what those are? Do you know what those are?
I don't.
Nobody knows what they are. They're essentially super delicious twice baked potatoes. Because why the hell not? Because if we have anything in our quarantine lockdown days, ladies and gentlemen, it's time that gives you a little more opportunity to do something a little better. Start with these guys. A couple standard issue russet baking potatoes, and at this point, all they get is a little oil, and yes, avocado, a bit like this, and like this, and then a sprinkle of kosher salt all the way around. That's it. Come on, fellas, into the oven. And in they go. At 400 degrees, those are going to take about 45 to an hour to be ready for step 2. In that time, we're going to make the most glorious potato soup ever. Like, it's one of my favorite things ever. There's all kinds of soups. This is the one that I probably would marry if I could. And of course that would be creepy, and I would never do that. Let's just forget I said that. Let's just start with some potatoes. If I could find a peeler, I would use it, but I can't find it, so I'm going to use my Sam knife. So we take the ends off, cut them in half, and then it's just a simple matter of peeling. Like, if you don't get it perfect, that's all right. Just get most of the skin off. At some point, we're going to be mashing this in the pot, and the skin is going to make it difficult. So get rid of most of the skin, and you're okay. Just keep going until you're all done, and then we dice. And I'm going for a fairly small dice, so just like this, and then like this. You do not have to be exact. There are no points for being perfect, even though I'll take that little bit of skin off. As with anything that we dice and cook, we want the pieces to be roughly the same size, so they all cook at roughly the same time. And when you're all done with dicing, they go into our pot. 3 cups of chicken broth to cover. Heat goes on. We bring them to a boil, turn them down to a simmer, and let them go about 15 minutes till they're nice and soft. And in the meantime, we start cooking some red onion. Start with a little oil on the flat top, could be in your pan, and 1 medium large red onion diced. And the goal, if it wasn't obvious, is to start softening these. This is a really important addition to this soup. Some goes in, some goes on top. It's all good. So take your time, there's no rush. Just do your thing and get them nice. Our onions are looking beautiful. We'll give them a little extra splash of avocado oil. Season them a bit with some cayenne for some gorgeous spice. And we'll mix. And now here's the fun part. Our potatoes that have softened nicely and are ready to start getting really amazing are now going to get about 3/4 of these onions in like that. A little bit more. Get one more thing, 1.5 cups of whipping cream. I hope you get a sense of where this is going. Back on the heat. Everything mixes together. Bring it to a simmer. Let it go for about 5 minutes. In that time, we're going to continue to cook our onions that are still left and let these guys get darker and let the flavor really intensify. Because this is one of the things that's going to be going on top of our soup when it's done. And you want these as amazing as possible. So here's our soup. Still chunky with potatoes. Now I'm going to take my spoon and push some of the potatoes against the side of the pot to mash them up a bit. This is going to help thicken it, of course, make it rich, delicious, and amazing. There's no exact science. You just get it to where you want it. Chunky like that, some of those are fine. Some of those are even better squished. So when you think you've done a pretty good job, and you're happy with it, let's do this. Let's give it some salt and pepper because we haven't yet. You can be generous because it's potato soup. I mean, it's bland AF. Yes, it's got the onions in here and the other stuff we're gonna add, but it really needs a good base of salt, and the pepper will definitely help. And when it is like this, some mash, some whole pieces, but all amazing, we go to the bowl, and here's how we plate. Get ready for magnificence. Soup goes in, and the smell right here with nothing else is rather tremendous. And now the best part, all the stuff that we get to add. And here's what I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add some bacon, some of those onions we just finished off, extra dark. I've got some mushrooms left over in my fridge. I have a little pile of leeks left over. I have pine nuts in my pantry that I keep for salads, toasted of course. And my favorite way to finish it, a little sriracha. Now, that is an amazing bowl of soup. Onions, bacon, mushrooms, leeks, pine nuts, sriracha. Oh my God, that's perfect. That's perfectness in a bowl. Only thing now, obviously, is get into this in the most gorgeous way and have a bite. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know a better leftover or fridge clearing recipe that exists. But the goal right now is just get some of everything in one bite. Oh. You know, the potato soup itself is a pretty blank canvas. It's all of this stuff that really makes it. Leftover chicken, little bites of meatloaf, anything that you have. Chunks of a cold grilled cheese cut into little bits. Like a crouton would be amazing. The pine nuts. Tremendous. Okay, next up, stand by. Oh, a mashed potato taco. Who doesn't love that? These are leftover mashed potatoes. We've shown you how to make them in a couple previous episodes. If you don't want to make them, you can buy them made. You could even use packaged powdered mashed potatoes. And I'm telling you, pretty much nobody would know. Julia Child, yes. Martha Stewart, probably. Thomas Keller, yes. Would I know? By the time there's like onion and stuff in here, no. But so all we're gonna do is heat these up. Well, just follow along. It's very simple. Into a small pan goes some of our mashed potato. Yum. While that heats up gently, we throw a couple tortillas on the flat top. And while those heat, we take care of our mashed potatoes so they don't burn. Look, you could do this in a microwave, but I'm happy to say at Not Tacos, we don't know in a microwave. Just don't let them burn. We check our tortillas, and when they're getting a little color on one side, we give them a flip. I'm using flour, you could use corn. And when the second side's done, off they come. And we build. We start with the tortillas, a little deliciously cool sour cream, some on both. Our mashed potatoes, oh yum. And now, whatever you feel like. Next for me is some hot sauce. We'll go with sriracha today. And then a little handful of green onion. And last but not least, a little handful of kettle potato chips that we crunch and drop on top. And that might be one of the best things you can do with leftover mashed potatoes. And there you have it. Warm, rich, delicious, fantastic. Just waiting for a bite. Oh my God. Oh my God. But wait, don't stop there, because we're going to use these mashed potatoes to make corn jalapeno mashed potato cakes. Crispy, warm, soft inside. Next. So after an hour, this is what our guys look like. We're gonna take them off. Be careful because they're super hot. Now let me show you what we do with them. You wanna cut this guy mostly in half, but really more like 2/3 of the way up to the top. So you can just take a knife and go like this. Ow. 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 Like this. Like this. Okay, do it on the other one. Perfect. This now needs to come out, and that is going to look like this. Carefully, we don't want to break down the sides. We just want that part out. So be gentle. It's all soft and perfect now. You don't need to use force. Get most of it out, and you're okay. Just repeat until you've done both bottoms and both tops. And when you have, we start to add. And we'll add the following. First, about 1/3 cup of sour cream for straight deliciousness. So maybe 1/2 cup of Monterey Jack cheese shredded. We have bacon from the potato soup. Absolutely, put that in. Handful of green onions. And we want to season this. So I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to go salt and pepper and some Old Bay seasoning because I'm a fan of it. I think it'll do great stuff in here. A little hit of avocado oil for some richness, and we will mix. And there you have it. Now, we take our potato mixture, gently put it back, and I like to mound it beautifully, like that. You're always going to end up with more mixture than you have potato, so do your lids. You probably got little kids hanging around someplace. They don't need a big one. Give them a little guy. Okay, back onto our baking sheet. I like a little more cheese. And 1 more sprinkle of Old Bay for color. We go back into the oven, 15 minutes, till they're beautiful. Corn, jalapeno, and mashed potato cakes are simple. We start with 2 cups of mashed potatoes. Everything goes in, we mix, and then we take it from there. Pay attention. Start with about 3/4 of a jalapeno, diced small. 1/2 a can of whole kernel corn. Should be fine. 1 egg. Season with salt and pepper. And a little parsley. And we mix. When you see how soft or smooth it is, you might want to consider a little panko, and I'm going to go with 1/2 cup. Dropped on top and mixed. And now these, we want to shape into patties, making these, about 1/4 cup each. Right into the panko. And when it's coated nicely, this is very awkward here. We take it out, we flatten him, and we go right on to the flat top or a non-stick pan that's got some oil on it, like this. And we repeat. And now we just wait for them to get brown. Probably 2-3 minutes aside, and they'll be gorgeous. And it's time to turn, so a little more oil, and off we go. Lovely. Lovely. Why is it getting darker the further North I go. Wow, look at that. Anyway, I've got a different color for whoever wants a different color. Let them finish, we'll eat them, and life will be good. All right, I can't wait anymore. And I want this guy. This beautiful guy right here. I see parsley, I see jalapeno, I see corn. I see the bite that I want. It's right here. Oh, hear the crunch? Oh. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. It's glorious. It's that perfect, rich crisp on the outside with the soft mashed potato on the inside. It's everything you want. It's a dream. It's missing one thing, I think. I think a fried egg with a soft, runny yolk would be amazing on this. Like, amazing. Well, they really retain the heat. But the only thing left for us to do now is finish off our Monte Carlo potatoes. Oh boy, are they gonna be good. Are we ready for the Monte Carlo potatoes?
Ready.
Max? I don't know if you are. Look at, oh, snap. I want one. I want 4 of them. Damn. It's burning my hands, I can't do it anymore. Hello, fellas. Ow. 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 Tender. Soft, but a little crispy on top. Perfectly cooked all the way. But it's all about the inside. I apologize for the plastic fork. I'm not prepared. Oh, that's, oh, the smell. I get Old Bay as soon as I open it up. Wow. The Old Bay is insane. Oh. So is the heat. Sour cream. Stood in for butter. I could have used butter. Didn't need it. I did have the Monterey Jack in here, but the bacon, the green onion, I'm telling you, the Old Bay is the thing. That's what you want. You'll never look at a baked potato the same way again, especially in captivity. Look, it took a little longer. Why not? You deserve it. You deserve to be eating well and taking care of yourself. I'm hot, my glasses are slipping. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're weathering this storm. This hopefully shorter than longer temporary storm. Keep eating well. Keep experimenting. This is the time. See ya. Oh.